Thank you. It all starts for us with an unmet need in healthcare and a personalized medicine solution for multiple sclerosis. And our vision at MSDx is that we will provide in a simple blood test very critical information for the physician to help them monitor their patients that have MS so that they can ensure that they're on the right therapy. So the challenge that there is that today there is no simple blood test. And we at MSDx are out to fix that. So we've assembled, in 2007, we pulled together a group of 5 key people from all disparate places in the US, all with a lot of healthcare experience to tackle this problem. Today, those of you who may know someone who suffers from multiple sclerosis knows that there are over 2.5 million patients that suffer with that disease in the world, and almost 400,000 in the United States. It's typically diagnosed at the age of in their 30s, and what happens to the patient is the disease progresses, and so does the disability. And as the disability progresses, not only is that a quality of life issue, but it's also very significant cost of care, costing over $1.2 million for just the care alone for a patient in multiple sclerosis. But there's been a lot of progress. In the mid-90s, some of the first therapies were made available for a multiple sclerosis patient. While it didn't cure the disease, it definitely slowed the progression of the disease. And so the challenge, though, is that therapy costs between $15,000 and $20,000, and in many cases, you don't know whether the therapy is actually working. So that's the challenge that we face, a simple blood test to help provide important information so that the patient can be on the right therapy. We refer to our technology as window into the brain. And again, I mentioned that it took several years to come up with this technology, but then we had a breakthrough. And so this is a cartoon here, and I'm holding one of the cells, an example of the cell. If you look at the cartoon on the right, it looks like a little Pac-Man engulfing, in this case, a virus. But what we do is we measure our breakthroughs. We use a very important cell in everyone's body that comes back into the brain of a multiple sclerosis patient. It actually picks up the debris at the site of where the tissue damage has been done. It engulfs that, and then much like a time capsule, it travels back out in the brain, back into the peripheral blood, so that when we draw a simple tube of blood, look at that cell, crack that cell open, we have very important clues as to what's going on in the life of a patient with an MS. And we use that to help them monitor their therapy. So that was the breakthrough idea that ultimately led to a whole panel of blood test products. So where we are today, we have tested this in over 450 patients. We are designing some studies to continue to develop the technology, because our goal is in the next 3 years that these testing products can be available to all the physicians to help monitor MS, to make a difference in the lives of an MS patient. Thank you very much.